Winning.
Pick.
Weekly.
Smith for the win.
Raunchy K.
Yo, what's good, everyone? Welcome to the last episode of the NFL season. You know what it is, the Super Bowl, the big game this year. It comes on 2/8/24, which happens to be Kobe Day. The statue just unveiled him, with his finger up, 8 on the front. I'm sure 24 on the back. Or was it vice versa? I forgot. I just took a glimpse at it real quick. It's NBA trade deadline day. The Knicks, everyone's on the Knicks bandwagon. Everything's upside down. And speaking of things that are upside down, Greg, I went 2-0 last week against the spread, and that never happens. I feel like the world's upside down. I figured it out. I'm here to finally ride the wave. I feel like. But on the other side, things are kind of normal. You know what I mean? The Jets have a hit piece. The whole organization's in flux. Everyone burned the whole thing down. I mean, some things, as much as some things are upside down, some things are the same. Pat Mahomes, Chiefs, 49ers, Shanahan, rematch. What are your thoughts, man? What are your thoughts on Super Bowl week? I feel like there have been no headlines at all besides – is Pat Mahomes the next Brady? Is Brock Purdy game manager? And something about their practice field turf with San Francisco. Other than that, and of course Kelsey Swift. Other than that, I've heard nothing about the Super Bowl. I feel like nobody else is even a part of it. Like Thuney has not even been a question mark. Like I don't know. Well, what are your thoughts this week? What are your thoughts on the Super Bowl? What are your thoughts on this day? This historic day?
I'm excited, man. I'm excited for the game. It's going to be a lot of fun. I don't know if we just want to get right into it. I just don't see how you bet against Patrick Mahomes at this point. He is inevitable. He's here every year. As a Jets fan, I'm kind of rooting for him just to win like 6 in a row, and then we'll just be talking about Tom Brady who for the rest of our life. Like, oh, remember Tom Brady? Like back when there was black and white TVs. I remember Patrick Mahomes, the best quarterback of all time. So I'm kind of rooting for that. I mean, San Francisco is a nice story, I guess. You know, Brock Purdy would be cool to go from Mr. Irrelevant to Super Bowl MVP. I just don't know how you do it. I mean, I have props on San Fran, so I'm letting those rock, and then I'm going to bet a little bit on the Chiefs. I'm going to obviously lay down some more prop bets and stuff for the game, but yeah, that's where I'm sitting right now. I just don't know how you go against the Chiefs at this point going to the Super Bowl.
Greg, you absolutely disgust me, man. You absolutely disgust me. Going into the Super Bowl, the big game, going with 75% of the money, 75% of the spread, and the only thing you come with after all this time, after our own personal bye week, is how can you bet against Patrick Mahomes? Like, you're what are you, Mike Greeny, Get Up ESPN? Like, this is like, how do you bet against Patrick Mahomes? Because they've sucked all year. Because they should have lost versus the Bills. Because the way we're talking about the Chiefs Ravens loss is fire the entire Ravens team, and the coordinators, be careful what you wish for, are now gone. So we'll see what happens there. Todd Monken, first year. Can Harbaugh get over the hump? Like, is the offense broken? Nothing really to do with the Chiefs. Like, the Chiefs had one, I'll give them the Ravens game. They had one good game where they beat Kelsey into the ground. McDuffie in the secondary played okay. Mahomes did all right. Like, he didn't do that great. Dude, I cannot for the life of me understand why the team that everybody has been talking about since the preseason, Greg, the San Francisco 49ers, class of the NFC. Okay, maybe they will be challenged by the Eagles. Okay, the Lions were a cute story from the very beginning when they beat the Chiefs all the way till last week. You know what I mean? And they defeated them too. And the Eagles weren't even a question mark. Dallas didn't even come close. And there was nobody else. The San Francisco 49ers have been smacking every single team coming their way. The only times they kind of fell is when they were injured. but we knew they were going to be here. We picked them to be here. They have the number one defense. All they're talking about is the quarterback being an underdog. Talk about bulletin board material, man. Like
True.
that, like you know what I mean? And they have Christian McCaffrey, the best running back in the game. They have the best left tackle in the game. Debo Samuel is healthy enough to play. Ayuk is good. Like Chase Young and Nick Bosa are off the line versus a hurt left guard. I mean, I know he played well last week versus the Ravens. Who knows? No one understands what happened versus the Ravens. It was a complete collapse by them.
Yeah, it's true.
I don't know, dude. I feel like I feel like I'm alone on an island here. But for some reason, I'm like holding the favorite flag. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm holding like the favorites flag, the team that all season everybody's been talking about how this guaranteed this team is going in, and we'll talk about the AFC later. But we're just getting mesmerized by like the girl in the red dress, like Matrix style. Like the girl in the red dress is Patrick Mahomes. This is like, it's rigged for Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. It's Patrick Mahomes. How can you bet against him? But nobody is talking to me about like the actual other team at all, except for does the other quarterback suck or not? Like I don't know. I don't think he sucks. I think he's in the Super Bowl again. And it's his second year. He's back there. I think this is a redemption year. Kyle Shanahan finally gets a ring. And we just the conversation, in my opinion, is going to turn to one, does making the Super Bowl count rather than not making it? And like making it and losing rather than, just making it every time and winning every time. Like what's better, to make it and lose or not? I feel like getting to the end is a successful season. You know what I mean? So I feel like that's going to start being the conversation. And on the other hand, if it is a conspiracy, Greg, if it is rigged, then why wouldn't the NFL want Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift to lose in the Super Bowl and run it back? Like, why would you want them to just win and just walk off? Like there is a likelihood that like this would all kind of fade out if he wins and it was a great season, whatever. It just, I don't know. For me, the redemption year for the Kansas City Chiefs sells more. If you're going to take that stupid route of like, this is all rigged, whatever. But just football terms, San Francisco has been better all year. I think they're the better overall team. I think they can combat what Kansas City is good at, which is secondary. And they can combat that with running the ball, keeping the ball under, taking what's given to them, taking underneath. The only worry, Greg, I have, and I think it's going to come down to the kickers, and no one's really been talking about how Moody, sometimes is very on and off with his kicking.
For San Fran, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I feel like it can come down to. Like maybe like a kicking war, and maybe that's how San Francisco can lose. Right? Like missing a kick at the end or something like that. But to be honest with you, dude, I think San Francisco is going to be up like one possession, maybe 5, maybe 8, something like that. And Mahomes is going to have the ball. And we're going to see what happens. Like that, I could see it being the closest way that this game could end. But I don't know. I think San Francisco is going to absolutely.
Yeah, I think just to your points about. Sorry not to cut you off there. Yeah.
No, you're not going to crush them. I think 2 possessions. That's how crazy this sounds. Like I know it, but they've been like close your eyes and if it wasn't the Super Bowl for a second, would you be surprised if like on week 9 San Francisco beat Kansas City by 10 points? You know what I mean? Like that wouldn't be surprising.
But the whole I agree with you. The problem is that the whole argument has been the Chiefs have looked bad. Can the Chiefs hit the switch? The Chiefs have looked bad. Can they flip the switch? Can they get it going? They have. I'm here to tell you, I'm first to report, the Chiefs have flipped the switch. They're in the Super Bowl. They kicked the living shit out of the Ravens when the Ravens looked unbeatable. They beat the Buffalo Bills in a gritty game in Buffalo. Patrick Mahomes went on the road twice now. First time in his career back-to-back. Like they have flipped the switch. They are playing as good of football.
Got some luck, Greg. He didn't kill the Bills.
San Francisco got some luck. They almost lost to Green Bay.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I mean the only argument that I haven't heard from you that makes me think about it a little bit is the only reason why I didn't bet more on San Francisco at the beginning of the season, the more I didn't hammer San Francisco during the season, is because I'm always scared of injuries. I said the only thing that's holding back San Francisco is injuries. If they're not injured, right? Debo, Christian McCaffrey, defensive guys, everyone. If they're not injured,
We didn't mention George Kittle on this whole podcast. Like he's
Yeah.
he's equal to Travis Kelce. You know what I mean?
I need him to get a touchdown bad. I have him to score 2 and Kelsey to score 2. Kelsey did 2 in the first half of the fucking first game. So, and so to your point, to my point about injuries, they're not injured. Like we're here, we're at the game, everyone's healthy. So it's like, why aren't you betting San Francisco? You know, I just can't do it. I just can't go against Patrick Mahomes. It's the
Everybody's saying
Alabama
that.
thing. It's the Alabama thing. It's like, why would I bet against Alabama if I feel like an idiot if I lose? And then if I win, if I lose and I bet on the Chiefs, I'm like, well, the Chiefs are the better team. They should have won. Obviously, they didn't. Things happen. It's the NFL. But if you just bet against the Chiefs or you bet against Alabama, you just feel like an idiot when you lose. And we all do it.
I know, but here's the thing, Greg. They said what, like X billion dollars has been bet in the Super Bowl, and 70% is on one team. I
Yeah.
mean, like it's almost the most. It's obvious. Like
Yeah.
if it was like 60-40, like I'd be question mark. Like it is 70-30, dude.
Dude, I'm telling you, like you start talking about like conspiracies and stuff like that. If you want to talk a conspiracy route, not even X's and O's, where if you want to talk about Taylor Swift and the number 13 and all that stuff, I just think it's get the Chiefs fans are in, the Taylor Swift fans are in, they're watching football. It's obvious, numbers are up, ratings are up, engagement's up. We get it. If you win a Super Bowl this year, you might have accumulated like lifelong Chief fans out of like some percentage of the Taylor Swift fans watching. So again, if some people are betting for the first time, oh, it's the big game, it's a Super Bowl, I gotta put $20 in. Oh, I got a free bet. Why would I not put it on Travis Kelce to score a touchdown? Why would I not put it on the Chiefs and Taylor Swift to win? You hook them in now, John. You lose whatever it is, 70-30. Okay, you lose that bet, but then they're back. They're back next year and the year after, and that's how gambling works.
We could never write a television series together, because I'll give you the Kelce touchdown, right, and and the jump to the suite and all that.
Yeah,
but
the whole thing.
But this is season 1, dude. This is season 1 of Kelce Swift. And what you want to do is you want to take this all the way to the end and snatch it from their hands. This is the big bad wolf. This is San Francisco 49ers getting revenge, and then next year you have the repeat. But that
would be a better story for sure. I just don't know if Kelce's done. I think Kelce's done after this. Like, I don't think he's coming back again. He sucked this year. He was terrible this year. And then again, the playoffs come around. He's amazing, he's scoring 2 touchdowns a game. So,
yeah, I think he's gonna have a different mindset going into next year. Sure. For sure. But he's gonna take it easy. He's gonna do the Gronk, where take a couple of weeks off. Yeah. But going back to this game, somehow, some way, San Francisco is -2 despite the 70%. Another thing to keep in mind here. So for me, I'm all in on San Francisco. I don't think there's any chance. Like, what's scaring me is it doesn't feel like Kansas City has a chance. And the only thing is people keep telling me outside narratives. You know what I mean? And besides the secondary and besides Mahomes, I don't see how. Everyone keeps telling me they have the worst wide receivers. That's why Mahomes is amazing. Okay, they're the worst wide receivers. It's going to be a problem versus the number 1 defense. Like, that's just the things that keep like popping into my head. Like, oh, the left guard's injured. Look how amazing they are with even their left guard injured last week. Okay, but now they're versing the best D line. Like, this is a problem. Like, okay,
dude, the Ravens are statistically better than
I agree
than San Fran in every category.
The Ravens were an impressive win. The Ravens were such an impressive win that the entire team imploded. Like, everyone wants to fire the entire team and the coordinators are gone. I agree. Yeah. I agree. It was an impressive win. They killed the Ravens.
Patrick Mahomes will do that to you.
Patrick Mahomes killed the Ravens, and that's a fact. And I agree. But I wasn't impressed with the Bills win, and I haven't been impressed with them all year. And the whole narrative around this game is they suck, except there's Pat Mahomes. I just don't think he's going to be enough deodorant against the number 1 team. And I don't think Vegas does either. Vegas putting out -2, and the whole world is on Kansas City. Like, they're giving you plus points. Like, I feel like, and when the narrative is your whole team is so good and they're winning despite you, okay, I'm just betting for them to win. Like, I'm not betting on Brock Purdy MVP. I promise, I'm not. We can get into the props right now, but I just feel like we're all giving all the right points, and it's just like it's 99% pointing you towards one thing, but then at the very last second, you're like, no, but like I really like Pat Mahomes. Like it's all pointing towards everything everyone tells me, even when they're telling me like why they're going for Kansas City. It's all, if you like look at it through like a lens, like you're saying San Francisco, but then at the end you're like, yeah, but like Pat Mahomes and like Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce and like Andy Reid. Like that's all you people just say at the end. You just say their names, and it's like, yeah, I get it, but that's where I'm going with this. We can get into the props. That's basically all I have to say about the game here. But it's funny that we're opposite again. I think I figured out the playoffs, man. I think it took me a long time, but if San Francisco hits, because I've never felt confident about Super Bowl. Honestly, I've never felt confident about a Super Bowl. I remember like taking the Patriots over the Falcons because to me it was impossible in my brain that Tom Brady was going to lose to Matt Ryan, right? And I know it was hard to get there, so I don't want to say I called that the whole way because obviously not. But like in my head, it just like it didn't compute that the Belichick and Brady were going to lose to the Falcons. So like that was the only one I was kind of confident about. Otherwise, have never been this confident about Super Bowl. So if the 49ers hit, Greg, I'm worried about myself for next year.
Okay.
I'm worried about myself. This will be like this for me. I don't think it's gonna be like a blowout by any means, but the same way the game felt with Denver, Seattle, the second time around, where it was in MetLife, or it was just like wasn't a game, like it was never close. I just feel like it's gonna feel like
Super Bowls.
I feel like it's gonna be a boring Super Bowl.
Watch it
like
with Ryan Whitty.
I feel like shout out. I feel like it's gonna be an under.
Okay.
Like an under game. We haven't talked about that for a little bit. I think it's gonna be low scoring, especially in the first half.
Definitely.
It's gonna be a little bit boring in that aspect. And San Francisco is gonna be in control of the game the whole way. And we're gonna be waiting for a Mahomes miracle throughout the entire game. It's like, all right, where's Mahomes miracle? Like Kelce got his touchdown. Where like Mahomes is doing well, but where's the Mahomes miracle? It's coming. They're keeping it close. You know what I mean? They'll answer, but like San Francisco's gonna stop them. You know what I mean? That's my whole thing.
I'm with you. I'm sorry. I'm trying to find, to your point, you're saying stuff and it's triggering in my head like stuff. Like, yeah, I think like one of the bets I saw in an article today, I'm trying to find it on FanDuel right now, is for it to be tied in the first half and then the Chiefs to win it. I think it's like that was like plus 800. And I like that because I agree with you. I think it's gonna be close. I think it's gonna be a field goal game. I trust Bucker more than Moody. That's to your point earlier. What are the prop bets I have here to kick it off? 60-yard field goal. So why not?
So the first half tie, which honestly, now that we talked about it, I have to take it because this has been my number one thing with soccer. Yep. Right? When there's a big soccer game, it's always the first half tie. It's always and I now, Greg, that we talked about this, and I guess I don't want to do this while we're talking, so I might have to do it after. But I do want to look at the last like 10, 20 Super Bowls and what the score was at halftime. I feel like that is important to look at because the tie and then San Francisco to win is plus 1,800, and the tie and then Kansas City to win is plus 2,000.
I like
Not
that
bad.
a lot. I like that a
Not
lot.
Bad. Not bad.
I like that a lot. Again, we're talking about like drives and stuff like that here, or first half, like kind of like contingent things. Chiefs first down drive, offensive touchdown, 49ers, any other result besides the touchdowns plus 2,000. I just think the Chiefs come out hot. The Chiefs have their playbook. They've done it every single game this playoffs. They've done it later in the season when the games really mattered. They come out, they get the ball down the field, and they score on the first drive of the game. Not always a touchdown. Most of the time, it's a touchdown. Travis Kelce plus 750 first touchdown score. I like that as well. But Chiefs first drive resulting in a touchdown. 49ers first drive resulting in anything else. So a punt or a turnover on downs or a field goal or something like that. Plus 2,000. I like that prop bet a lot. I'm clicking that here right now because again, I just think the Chiefs are going to come out hot. They're going to get scored. And then again, that gives you 7 points to play with when you're the Chiefs. And they've needed it. The Chiefs have not been a great team in the second half. San Francisco has been down in the fourth quarter both games, and they have had some late game heroics to win the games. You're talking about the Chiefs struggling a little bit. Both games, Kyle Shanahan, for the first time in his career, have won, being down 5 points or more going into the fourth quarter. He was 0-30 going into these playoffs. He's now 2-30 through the first two rounds. So, yeah, I think the Chiefs come out hot. They get it done on the first drive. Again, Travis Kelce plus 750 for his touchdown score. I like that. I gave you the 60-yard field goal. I think there's a shot late in the game. You're throwing up a Hail Mary maybe before half. Plus 3,500. That's just juicy. And 60-yard field goals aren't the craziest thing anymore. Chances are you're going to be relying on Harrison Butker to hit it because they're probably not going to try it with Moody, but still, you're indoors, perfect conditions. Who knows? I don't know if you want me to keep rattling mine off or if
You
you want to
can.
throw a couple in there.
No, you
Kittle,
can't.
Kittle and
Yeah.
Travis Kelce to combine for 200 receiving yards. I think that's easy. Travis
scared of
Kelce and
those.
George Kittle to combine for
Yeah.
200 receiving yards. So one has to go for 150, one has to go for 50. One has to go for
Yeah.
101, one has to go for 100. Plus
Yeah.
750, John.
That's not
Like,
bad.
that's a nice. I thought it was gonna be like 200,
Yeah,
150
that's not
plus
bad.
750 for that.
That's
I
not
like
bad.
that a lot.
The 200 scares me. Like that 2 does scare me,
Yeah,
but the number is pretty high. But when you were talking about field goals, I did take on DraftKings at like as soon as the conference finals were over,
yeah,
or the championships were over. I just
yeah,
like
yeah.
I took like a $3 to win 5K parlay on DraftKings, so I know it all switched by now.
Sure.
But I did have Butker and Moody to get over 1.5 field goals made, so both to
Okay.
get 2 field goals.
So
So
yeah,
that's in
yeah.
there. I have both
Yep.
teams to get a sack.
Okay.
I got a successful 2-point conversion. It's all
Okay.
in one parlay. I got Kelsey over 6.5 receptions, over 79 yards, or 79
Okay.
over. Kittle 49 yards. So I'm almost at 200
You're
now
almost
that
at
I'm looking at
200.
it.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
getting there.
Mahomes over 25.5 completions. Alternate
Okay.
rushing and receiving yards for McCaffrey 125. Alternate receiving for Ayuk 70. And then Kelsey, Mahomes, and McCaffrey to score. A lot. 14 picks, but I guess that's my Hail Mary. But you
I like that.
just reminded me of it because of the kicks. I know it was a lot to take in. I also have, I mean, those are how most of them are kind of going. My most confident one, which is silly because Juszczyk is in there. But my most confident because he scored last time, so I just feel like that's like a thing that loser head coaches like Shanahan, are gonna get such a kick out of, like doing the same thing over. Got him again, Super Bowl,
Yeah.
Juszczyk touchdown. I even took one of those props. I took a couple props where it was like the same thing again. The repeat of last year.
Sure. Yeah, I saw those on FanDuel where it was like same final score,
Yeah, I
same
took
same
that.
amount of yards, stuff like that. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I took those. I took
And I
those
mean, it was
just
like
because
plus 5,000. How you not throw $5 on it? Who knows?
I had to. But like my overall, like I guess Hail Mary, it's $10 to win $8,500. Is Kelsey touchdown, Juszczyk touchdown.
I like
Pacheco
that. Plus 1,000.
All right, yeah. Pacheco 2+ receptions.
Okay.
McCaffrey over 30, let's say 34 yards and over, 129 yards rushing and receiving and over, and then 5 catches and over. Travis
Okay.
Kelce over 73 yards, went down here. Want to give him a 5-yard bump here.
Yeah.
Debo Samuel 58.5 receiving yards. Kittle over 50 catching yards. Rashi Rice, what up? Over 68 yards. Debo over 5 catches. Kelsey over 7 catches. McCaffrey over 5 catches. 5 catches and over. So that's $10 to win 8,600. That's like my big, like, don't care about the score. I'm not betting the score as much as I love San Francisco, and I just want to be right. Just make me right about this game. Speaking of being totally right about this game, I have a couple of $1 bets that I know you make fun of me for, but I just have to shout them out.
Yep.
I got $1 to win $440.
Oh,
Exact score 27-25 49ers.
okay.
And then I have exact score 27-22, $1 to win 360.
Okay. Exact scores are fun.
Those are some fun. And then I have a question about, this is my last thing here. And I'll tell you, I have 9-3 and 3-9 as my boxes for final score. Why? I don't know. I just have them.
7-3.
Okay, so I was about to say, are there numbers like that I should? I was gonna take 0-0 for every quarter, just for like the first quarter, kind of to hit for like plus 290 and maybe 7-7. Was there too at like plus 350. But do you have boxes that you care about, or you just like it's like whatever?
No, I don't really do because I have 7-3 and my dad, and this is in the same pool. He has 3-7. She's like, oh, we got some good numbers. And with the number stuff, I'm like, it's all good until someone scores a safety or someone misses an extra point. Like, It's weird things are gonna happen. It's the Super Bowl. Nothing. Maybe I'll start doing a couple of. Maybe I'll throw like you're doing some $5 or $10, dollar bets on exact scores just for fun, just to try to get something
I
going. But
gotta do it. I gotta do the dollar ones, man. I gotta
yeah,
do the dollar exact scores here. There's too
right,
many.
you're gonna win $300. I mean, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
I put $1.50. I put $1.50 on the 3-9 box, the final score. Win 100.
Um,
We out here.
I got one more prop bet football wise, and then I got a couple more fun ones and stuff. Debo Samuel to score a rushing and a receiving touchdown.
You don't
Plus
deserve that, Greg.
plus 3,000.
You don't deserve that.
Plus 3,000.
You're gonna start making money on Debo Samuel?
Someone's got it. He doesn't do shit.
Should be illegal. Should be illegal. He should come and stop that money from coming in if it hits. Smack it out of your hand.
So yeah, I mean, someone's got to do it. A lot of prop bets. I'm not going to go over all of them now. The ones that are close are I need 1 touchdown from Kittle. I needed 5 rushing touchdowns for Christian McCaffrey in the playoffs. He had 2 in the first game.
Oh yeah, the Lamar one is gone.
Lamar one's gone.
Oh,
John, listen to this though. I know this is big for some. Not everyone was paying attention. 2 touchdowns in the second game. Got absolutely smoked on the 1-yard line for his third touchdown last game. Called himself out, and they run in with Elijah Mitchell. I was screaming at the TV because that would have cashed already. And then there was one other one. I think I need Ayuk to have 150 yards receiving, which who knows, anything could happen, but chances are it's not going to happen. I'm done with football bets. I am on to
NBA Eastern Conference.
Fun prop bets. No, I just put the Knicks in it. I do that for the last 2 weeks. I've just gotten to college basketball every couple days. I just put the Knicks to win the East, and then some team to win the March Madness tournament, like UConn or Tennessee or something.
Let's go.
And then today I just started loading up on championships. I was like Knicks to win it all, and UNC because he's had a bad loss to Clemson. So
okay, so now I'm not embarrassed to say this one. All right, so I have a Super Bowl parlay with a bunch of stuff in it. Again, mostly it's Kelsey, Mahomes, McCaffrey to score. This one has Pacheco in there too. I need Kelsey to have a bunch of catches, McCaffrey to have a bunch of catches. That's kind of where I'm working at. Kind of the same idea for all of them. But then I threw Purdue to win the Big Ten, Rangers to win the Eastern Conference, Knicks to win the Eastern Conference, Yankees to win the AL. That's $1 to win $250,000. So.
I like that.
So I felt like it was a safe space now that
I'm going to rifle through these, John. All right, so Super Bowl, Gatorade, I like orange, plus 350. I like tails because it never fails. Usher, over 8.5 songs.
It's first, right? Is there a first for yeah?
Yes, plus 650, John.
First?
Yeah, I kind of like you. I kind of like You Remind Me, plus 1,800 on FanDuel. I like those odds. I could see the just a little piano coming out in black, just
that's true
setting that off, getting the people going, and the stage lights up. It's a banger. Everyone's out going, a little something just to get the crowd going right before.
I don't hate that. I don't hate that. So I'm not gonna bet it, but I don't hate that.
I like the value. I like the value at plus 1,800 on FanDuel right now.
All right.
You Remind Me for a song. Over and under 1.5 outfit changes. I think there's gonna be some outfit changes. Sunglasses minus 270. Yes, that's an easy one. There was bets on who performance, who's gonna perform with them and stuff like that. I'm not doing any of that stuff.
Luda,
dude, I saw
what's
that.
Luda?
I didn't see actually Ludacris on the list, which made me very upset because I saw something. It was Ludacris, him, and someone else, and a picture, and it was gonna be an ATL South type thing. I need Ludacris at the Super Bowl. Ludacris, I think is just so criminally underrated, and I don't know if it's just our generation. I don't know what it is, but he has hits, he has bangers. He could put on a show. He doesn't do it anymore. I'd love to see him out there. I think
He'll
it was
be
like
there.
Post Malone was like -400 with the odds-on
Yeah.
favorite. Which I mean, Post
Wow.
Malone would be cool. He's obviously got hits, so that'd be
What
nice.
does he have
But
with Usher off the top of your head?
I don't
Anything?
know what he has with Usher. I have no
Me
idea.
neither. All right,
Um,
whatever. All right.
what
Let's talking
else?
weird props.
Yeah, outfit changes. Did that. I'm telling you, I was looking at the songs, and not everyone has the same list. Like I don't think Action Network had the "You Remind Me" at first, but when that hit in my head, I was like, "That's
I
something I
like
gotta
that.
look up."
I like
So
that.
1800 on that. I said Gatorade Orange. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's it for weird bets.
Why not red? Was red like a minus because it's both teams are red?
Purple was minus. Purple or
What's red?
they were all plus. I think red was like 600 maybe.
Bro,
Purple
take
was like
red,
plus
dude. Both
purple was
teams
like
are
plus
red.
200. Yeah, yeah, you could. I mean, it's plus money. You could bet a little bit of everything, but
No, take red, dude.
clear and water was like plus 1300 or something. I
I
was
feel like
thinking
it's
about doing
always
that.
clear water. I feel like it's always clear. And
I
people like
forget.
want
I
to,
had the stats last year of like the
yeah.
statistics, but I think it's like orange and I think it's orange and red a lot, if I remember
I'm
correctly.
all about
Orange and
red. I'm
yellow a
all about the
lot.
red. Give me the red.
Yeah. All right,
All
that's it.
right.
That's all I got for crazy bets, good bets. I hope some of these bets hit.
All right. This NFL season's over.
Whew.
We'll be back from March Madness.
Yes.
NBA is gonna hit hard. I'm so into the NBA, Greg. I am in love with League
I
Pass.
know
I can't miss League Pass.
you've been big on NBA. I've been watching college basketball. I got big on college basketball in the last 2 weeks.
Good, because I have no clue what's going on except for like what I hear on part of my time. I know like about Edie because like, and then I watching a Purdue game. I don't watch college basketball. I am all over the NBA. I know everything about the NBA. I'm in tune with all the lineups, all the schedules, all the road trips. So I'm all over the NBA right now. I even have the All-Star and the All-NBA like kind of down pat right now. So I'm all
It's
over
gonna
this
pop
thing.
up as we get closer to March Madness. If you're out there listening, a fair warning. Um, you're gonna want to bet Duke at some point in March Madness. Just don't do it.
Oh yeah,
Save
they
your
suck.
money.
I know they suck. But yo, what happened to Fabowski?
He sucks, dude.
What
He's
happened?
terrible. He's not
What
good.
happened?
He's just a young kid. He's just like he's just all over the place. Like if he plays amazing, they could win every game. But he plays one amazing game and he plays like 4 terrible games.
Mm.
I mean, he played against UNC, came in off the bench. He was like the 7th guy off the bench. He's
Speaking of guys off
not
the
very good.
bench, Knicks Dallas right now. I have a couple of parlays going right now because nobody's playing.
Yeah.
Like literally, the bench is Jacob Toppin and Charlie Brown Jr. and Taj Gibson. That's the bench for the Knicks. Literally, like I'm not exaggerating. They have 8 players, 5 starters plus them, and the starters are McBride, Josh Hart, DiVincenzo, Precious Achua, and Isaiah Hartenstein. Like that. That's the team. So I got a lot of overs going on for everyone.
Any
Could be an interesting game.
any nerves about OG? Ever since that Frank the Tank handshake, he's put his stink on OG, and now
Oh,
OG's just been out.
I 100% blame Frank the Tank for the bone spurs in the elbow and the hand
Yes.
he shook. 100%.
How could it be anything else?
Am I worried going forward? No, because he had the surgery. He did all he can do. Like he did his worst. He made the guy get a surgery. Like that's it. Now it's time for him to rehab. We're getting over
He's
the
the
Frank
worst.
surgery.
As a Mets fan, you guys have no idea how terrible it is, and he's a Nets fan.
I just don't understand. Yeah,
He
that's
just
what I
switched
don't
all of
get.
a sudden, and he's gonna
That-
ruin the season. It's like all of a sudden,
That's
like
not
all of a sudden,
allowed.
it's
That's
not
not allowed,
allowed.
Greg. No,
All
Greg.
of
What
a
if I?
sudden-
What
all of
if?
a sudden March he's gonna be a Rangers fan. The Rangers are gonna suck.
No,
I don't know
that's not
I don't know how
fair.
you go with it.
No, it's gonna work opposite. It's gonna work it has to work opposite
Maybe it does.
because like if
Then
what
he gets
okay,
what? Then he gets to celebrate. If the Knicks win a championship this year, does he celebrate? Is he
he
excited?
can do whatever he wants, but he knows it's not real. We know
He
it's
lived for
not.
Brooklyn for 40 years.
That's what I'm saying. He can't listen, Greg. If all of a sudden the Mets are in the World Series and I'm the biggest like Mets fan, you're like, oh, it's because of you now that we're like that can't work like that. Like it just can't. I can't all of a sudden switch and be a mush on whoever I want because that way I would have been the number one Patriot. I was the number one Patriots fan. I would have been the number one Celtics fan. It doesn't work like that.
Powers. I don't have to tell you.
Doesn't work like that, man. I'm not accepting this.
Shout out
Okay,
Frank, I love you.
he cannot ruin the Knicks season. Not even him.
Stop touching players. Stop touching them.
This Knicks team is gonna go far. if they get healthy.
Yes.
And we can trade for any superstar we want next year.
Kendrick
That's different
Perkins
story
told
from
me they're
today.
deeper than the Pacific Ocean.
They are. I mean, right now it's 12-11 in the first quarter.
Pretty
And
good.
these players have to play 40 minutes a game because otherwise we have to watch Charlie Brown Jr. and Jacob Toppin and Taj Gibson. Taj Gibson literally ran the floor 2 times and had to literally put his hand on top of his head like we did it when we were playing ball. Like what I'm about to do right now, I'm about to go play ball and I get tired, I'm going to do this fake thing that our coaches taught us about to open our lungs, which I'm pretty sure makes us more tired. Like that's what Taj Gibson was doing. So it's going to be a fun game. Let's go, Knicks. Get through
happy
this.
football. Happy football season, man. Another one of the books.
Happy football season. Let's go Jets. Plus 3,500 win the Super Bowl. Wow. Are we getting Cortland Sutton or are we getting Calvin Ridley? Call right now on Super Bowl Sunday.
Mike Evans
episode.
Is Mike Evans a possibility?
No. Mike Evans is going to cost $1 billion. So you don't have that.
I don't like either. Cortland Sutton.
All right. Okay, last one. Jacoby Brissett or Tannehill or Minshew? Which one are we getting? I think one of those 3 is coming. So name one.
I shook my head at first, but I think I would prefer Jacoby Brissett over those 3.
I think he's the one too. 10 million. All right. We out.
Cool.
YouTube, Twitter, X. We out.
Yes.
Let's go 49ers. Let's go Jets.
Always.